There's a version of me most people never saw. A version where my morning started with dread, my chest tightened with every incoming email, and even small inconveniences felt like disasters. I lived in survival mode every single day for years. Like many people, I thought this was normal. I thought being constantly stressed, irritated, and exhausted was just the price you paid for being responsible, for getting things done, for being successful. Wise. But what no one tells you is that chronic stress doesn't just make you tired. It rewires your brain. It poisons your body. It robs your life of color, joy, and meaning. One morning, standing in the kitchen, staring blankly at my third cup of coffee, something inside me cracked. I realized I wasn't living anymore. I was enduring, surviving, losing pieces of myself, one unchecked email, one ignored headache, one sleepless night at a time. I had a choice to make. Keep spiraling, or fight for a different way of living. That day, I decided to reclaim my life. I designed my own 21-day experiment. Not a vacation, not an escape. A real deliberate transition from stress to balance. Day one was brutal. I sat alone with my thoughts for 10 minutes. No phone, no music, no distractions. And I hated every second of it. The silence felt like it was attacking me. My brain screamed, "You're wasting time. You have deadlines. You're falling behind." But somewhere beneath that chaos was a faint whisper. Stay. Just stay. Day 3, I noticed something strange. For the first time in years, I finished a full breath without clenching my jaw. It was small, invisible to everyone else, but to me, it felt like a crack of light in a long, dark tunnel. The rules I set for myself. 10 minutes of silent breathing every morning. 30 minutes without screens each night before bed. One real, nourishing meal every day. No skipping, no rushing. A walk outside, rain or shine, even if just 5 minutes. Nothing fancy, nothing extreme. Just consistent, simple actions, designed to remind my body and mind that safety, peace, and vitality were still possible. By day 7, I had my first real test. A project at work blew up. Deadlines moved, emails piled up like a flood. The old me would have snapped, spiraled, unleashed stress onto everyone around me. But something had shifted. Instead of reacting, I took one deep breath. I walked outside, letting the cold air bite my skin. And for the first time, I responded, not from panic, but from a place of calm. It wasn't magic, it wasn't instant, but it was real. And it was mine. Through those first weeks, I learned that balance doesn't come from controlling everything. It comes from surrendering what you can't control and fiercely protecting what you can. My breathing, my food, my sleep, my movement, my mindset. Tiny, almost invisible victories stacking up day after day. By day 14, something even bigger happened. I laughed, not a polite, forced chuckle, a real belly-deep laugh at a joke during lunch. And I realized I hadn't laughed like that in years. Stress had muted my joy without me even noticing. Now, joy was coming back, not as a reward, but as a natural consequence of balance. By day 17, I started waking up before my alarm, not out of anxiety, but with a sense of quiet anticipation. The world hadn't changed. My deadlines were still there. Bills still had to be paid. Life was still messy and imperfect. But I had changed. Instead of launching into battle mode every morning, I approached the day like a calm, steady captain steering through choppy waters. I no longer reacted blindly to every minor crisis. I responded thoughtfully, with clarity, and the biggest realization? Stress wasn't the enemy, it was the signal, the flashing light telling me where I had lost connection to myself, where I needed to pause, breathe, and realign. Day 21, the final day of my experiment. I sat in the same kitchen where it all began, a cup of herbal tea in my hand instead of coffee, and for the first time in years, I felt something most people barely recognize anymore: peace. Not the fake peace of scrolling aimlessly through social media, not the numbing peace of binge-watching TV, real, grounded peace, the kind that bubbles up from within you, not because life is perfect, but because you've chosen to be rooted even when storms rage outside. It wasn't about being stress-free, it was about becoming stress-resilient. And if I could do it, someone who lived off caffeine, deadlines, and adrenaline for years, then so can you. Here's what truly changed me. I learned that silence is medicine, even when it feels unbearable at first. I discovered that what I feed my body either fuels my balance or feeds my chaos. I realized that small rituals, like a 5-minute walk or a deep breathing session, build inner strength stronger than any productivity hack ever could. Most importantly, I stopped outsourcing my peace to external circumstances. I started building it inside myself. And you can start today. You don't need a perfect plan. You don't need a retreat in Bali. You don't need to wait for life to calm down. You just need a willingness to take the first small step. 10 minutes of breathing. 1 meal eaten slowly, without distraction. 5 minutes under the open sky, no phone, just your breath and the wind. Those small acts are not insignificant. They are the seeds from which transformation grows. If you've made it this far into this video, it's not by accident. It's because a part of you knows you're ready. Ready to stop surviving, ready to start living. So here's my invitation to you. Comment below with the first tiny change you'll commit to starting today. Maybe it's a single deep breath before answering a stressful email. Maybe it's swapping one coffee for a glass of water. Maybe it's putting your phone away during dinner. Whatever it is, say it out loud. Claim it. Own your decision. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to this channel. We're building a space for real people choosing real change. One breath, one step, one day at a time. Because the future you dream of isn't some far-off fantasy. It's built, choice by choice, by the you sitting here right now. Remember, you're not broken. You're not helpless. You're not doomed to a life of stress. You are powerful. You are resilient. And your journey toward balance starts now. Close your eyes, take a breath, and step forward.